Good morning, everyone. I'm back. I am back from my holiday. So let me just check everything is all right. And it looks like it is. Quick slug of coffee. So how is everyone? Let me know how things are. I'm throwing things around. Remember to tell me where you're joining from and what you've been up to. I obviously have been on holiday. I think everything worked okay while I was away. There was a blog post that said it didn't go live, but it seemed to have done. But other than that, everything seems to have worked, which is a bit of a worry. So while everyone is joining, I'm just going to go through a bit of housekeeping. Hello, Jane from Georgia. So I am Liz Yuille. I work under the heading of Old Stables Crafts. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, in the middle of rural Oxfordshire. It's a glorious day here today, I have to say. I work across France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium and Ireland. I know. I've had my first order from Ireland. Woo, woo! It's amazing. So, hello, Margaret from Sydney. Shaz, good morning. Hope you're well. Hello, Nora. Joanna, hello. Back from holiday with... Oh, no, I'm so sorry you've got COVID. I hope it's not too bad. Fingers crossed it's a mild case. Hello, Karen. So, yes, so I've had a week down in Cornwall via Bath. So we went to Bath and stayed just outside Bath for our first night. Good morning, Lorna. Bit grey in Chester today. Absolutely, and any excuse to not do the housework is good by me. So yes, we went to Bath. We stayed just outside Bath in a hotel that, bless it, was, for those of you in the UK and possibly some of you overseas, I don't know whether it went overseas. If you remember Fawlty Towers with John Cleese, it was a bit like that. The staff definitely needed to hone their indoor voices because they were talking very loudly about things that they really shouldn't have been sharing with their guests. But anyway... we then went to North Cornwall. Oh, and in Bath, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I went to Wool in Bath. It's the most amazing wool shop. It's in the centre of Bath, but down a sort of back alley. The staff there are amazingly wonderful. So have a look. You can find them on the internet. You don't have to be in Bath. They do mail order. It's an independent wool shop, and they are amazing. So if you're in the UK and you need wool, I would highly recommend having a look at them and supporting an independent business because they are just wonderful. So yes, I bought some wool and I'm 1.5 socks into that wool. Hello, Pam. Then we went to North Cornwall to have a little reminisce about where I used to go with my family bucket and spading. Things have changed a bit since we were last there, which was 10 years ago. But it was lovely. The weather the whole time was just stunning. We had a very short, sharp shower the first day we arrived in South Cornwall. And it was 15 minutes of downpour with a rainbow. So, sunny and downpour. But it didn't matter because we were just having a leg stretch after the drive. And then we had a slightly damp morning on our last full day. So that would have been Friday. But we were in the Tate at St Ives, so we could have cared less. Other than that, it was wall-to-wall sunshine. I got sunburn on my shoulder sitting in a bar outside. It was lovely. Good morning, Carol. So yes, had a wonderful time. Met up with a friend that we haven't seen for ages who lives in South Cornwall. It was just heaven. And now I'm back. And I'm back to the threat of most of November being postal strikes in the UK, so that'll be fun. Having said that, probably would have done Shaz. We were staying near the Minack, just outside of Penzance. Hello, Jan. I hope you're all well after Ian hit. So yes, we were staying just outside the Minack. We stayed in just near Polzeth when we were in North Cornwall. So yes, all sorts. You love St Ives. I love St Ives. Could do without the hills. You've had a lot of rain in the last 3 weeks, and you're supposed to be coming up to summer, Margaret. I must admit, the beginning of October is quite often really nice here. So we were very lucky. I took all the wrong clothes because I was expecting it to be chilly. Even at the Minack, I mean, I did put on a lot of layers at the Minack because we went to see a show there. Which was hysterically funny. It was one of those shows I would never have gone to see had it not been on at the Minack. But because it was the Minack, one kind of had to go. But it was very funny. It's on tour. It's called Pride and Prejudice, sort of. It's a 5-hander. It is hysterical. If you get a chance to see it in the UK, I would, if you're I would go. It's very funny. It's true to the story, but it's just hysterically funny. So definitely worth a look. But yes, Pride and Prejudice, sort of. Would never have gone and seen it, but I'm so pleased I have. So what's happening in Stamping Up World? We've got an amazing joining offer, which is just Starter Kit Plus, so you get to add extra stuff. I know it's £154 worth in sterling. Can't remember what it is in euros, but the equivalent. And obviously it's available the rest of the world. If you are in Belgium or the Republic of Ireland and you sign up before the end of October, you get either free entry to Onstage in Vienna. Obviously you have to pay your flights and your hotel, but you'll get free entry. Or you get free access to the recording of it. So you're having floods all along the east coast of Australia. That is not good, Margaret. I'm sorry about that. So yes, if you're in Belgium or the Republic of Ireland, apparently we currently have 23 demos in Belgium and 8 in the Republic of Ireland. So our numbers are growing. But yes, all good fun. We've also got, what else have we got going on? I should know, except I've been so out of the loop. We've got a pre-order for demos of a new suite that is, well, I say new suite, it's a new bundle, fitting florets. And it's an early release from the next catalogue, but there is paper, embellishments, and an extra stamp set that are only going to be available until the 4th of January or while stocks last. 4th time in 18 months. Oh, Leslie, that's not good. Jan, you were on the other coast. Okay. You were on the east. Yeah, Ian did a lot of damage. As I think I said on my last actual live, somehow a hurricane called Hurricane Ian doesn't sound terribly forceful, but clearly it was horrific. And I don't mean that as a flippant remark. Why would you call a Hurricane Ian? I know it was a male name beginning with I that they had to choose, but could they not have thought of something that was a little more... not that one comes to mind. Anyway, oh yes, so what else has happened? I sent out a newsletter, I want to say yesterday, because I did a team newsletter yesterday as well. Anyway, a newsletter has recently gone. Oh no, yesterday's was the general one, Sunday was the team. I am relaunching Creativity in a Box, and you can now get it on subscription. And once you've had 6 boxes, you get your 7th for free. So it's going to focus my mind on actually making sure I do a box every month. So, It's £35 whether you buy it on subscription or not, but you can just dip in and out. £35, and that's all the consumables that you'll need. Obviously not the stamp set or the dies, but you can add those. So all that information is on my newsletter and will be on my website tomorrow. I think that's it for now. I'm going to start stamping. We are using Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. So let's flip the camera down and have a look. So this is Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. It is obviously mostly words, and it's mostly Jolly Believe Jingle. And you've got 'Tis the Season to Be, In the Magic, and All the Way. You've also got some Christmas lights with an infill for the Christmas lights. A star with an outline and an infill. A Santa's hat with an outline and an infill. A candy cane, a bow, and a bell, and the bow is meant to go on the bell. I have prepped my first card. I've prepped all three. I know, don't expect it to last, because it won't. Anyway, I've prepped my first one because there was quite a lot of fussy cutting. So this one is going to be jolly, as in 'Tis the Season to Be. So I've taken this, I found the inspiration for this on Pinterest, and it was Narelle Farrugia. Not quite sure how she pronounces her surname. Anyway, I've taken the inspiration from a project that she shared on Pinterest, and I have changed it up a wee bit. Hello, Margaret. Bright in Ayrshire, fingers crossed at the moment. Yeah, that's the same here. It's forecast to be a good day all day, so let's see if that works. So, what have I done already? I have prepared my background. I have a slightly runny nose because it's cold in here. Desperately trying to not put the underfloor heating on because it's terribly expensive. And obviously prices have gone up just a little bit. So I'm trying to be good. I'm just wearing layers. I have 2 layers of thermals on. Not that you needed to know that. Anyway, so I've got the background prepped. This is the candy cane in Pool Party. I've got a scrap for my jolly. Although saying that, I have already stamped the infill for my jolly, and I've stuck dimensional on the back because that was going to take a while. So I can stick that on. I've got a piece of the black and white paper that's the black and white stripe. Morning Bee. I've got a piece of silver foil and then a scrap for the 'Tis the Season to Be. I'm going to be using a basic grey ink for the bits of stamping I've still got to do. I'm going to use one of the stitched rectangles for my jolly because it fits perfectly around my jolly. So yes, let's get started. I'm going to have to do some trimming down. So I haven't actually prepped everything. I've just got things ready to a stage where it's not going to bore you stupid with me fussy cutting jolly. Hello, Jennifer. I'm so pleased you're here. So I'm just going to prep my jolly. Hopefully that will work because I just put hand cream on because my hands are so dry. Knitting doesn't do much good for your hands. It's almost as bad as paper. So I'm just stamping my outline jolly, and I need to stamp my 'Tis the Season to Be. Hello, Jenny. It's so lovely to be back, and I have to say, famous last words, it's so nice that my setup actually was working this morning. I did have to do an update on my laptop Sunday, because we got back Saturday and I sort of started back in with work on Sunday, having done, I kid you not, 5 loads of washing. we buried my scrubber. Right. We had to take towels and bedding to the house that we were staying in. So that took up quite a lot of the washing, but even so. Hello, Jan from sunny Cornwall. So Jan is in sunny Cornwall as we speak. Right, so haven't got too much more to do on this. And I did get out. Oh, there it is. Yes, right. I do know what I'm sort of know what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is die cut my jolly with my mini cut and emboss. I'm happy to report that the prize cut and emboss has arrived at its destination. So that was good to hear. That doesn't look totally straight. There we go. So today is Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, tomorrow we have a team meeting. Hello, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. I don't think you've commented before. From Virginia. Welcome. Gosh, it's early for some of you. Or late. Not quite sure which. No, early, I think. It's late for some of you. Some of you, those of you in Australia, it's late. And those of you in America, it is early. So yes, the cut and emboss has arrived at its destination. I got an email telling me that it had arrived yesterday, day before, can't remember. Anyway, it has arrived, so that's all good. So that's my jolly. And I want to trim this down so that it's smaller. Obviously, you wouldn't trim something down to make it bigger, really, would you? So my brain clearly has not gone back from holiday. It is still definitely in holiday mode, which is fine. It'll come back in its own sweet time. And then I just want to trim it this away. So those bits are scrappity scrap. So I'm going to chop these into, definitely tis the rather season to be, and I may chop them more, we will see. So those are just in little strips. Right, first things first, I am going to add my letters to my letters. Ooh, I didn't trim that quite well enough. Let's see if I can tuck it in. There we go, tucked in. A bit of dimensional was sticking out. I've just used the side of a strip of dimensionals. Right, so some of these letters are obvious where they go. Some of them less so, because I want to make sure I get the L's in the right order. But I think it's grey, pool party grey. So yeah, that's not brilliant either. That's sticking out the top. Just got a bit of dimensional sticking out the top. I don't like it. So these are my sticky scissors, so I use these for all things sticky. They were my everyday scissors, and the O is different, top and bottom. That's interesting. So you need to get your O the right way up if you're cutting them out. So yes, I keep one pair of scissors for cutting sticky stuff. Right, so it's grey, pool party grey. So this is grey granite. So I've got pool party basic grey. Excuse me. Basic grey for the, helps if you take both bits of paper off. So the back jolly is basic grey, the O of jolly is basic grey, and then I've got grey granite and pool party. 9:15 in Sydney, 6:15 in Florida. So yeah, quite early and quite late. I've now got dimensional stuck to my fingernail. It's not an attractive look. Right, there's 3 bits of paper to come off the Y. Why? Okay, let's just scoop those bits off my paper. Right, so that's my jolly. Then I need to make my piece for the background. So I've got a piece of tear and tape on the back of my silver foil, and this is going to stick to the black and white, and I want this to, well, it's more or less the same length, so I want, actually I might even do it this way up, because that way I will know where the sticky is. In fact, let's bring it over here, line up with my grid paper, because this is 1/2 inch strip. Then I want this piece, which is 3/4 inch. That's more or less straight, good enough for jazz. And then I'm going to trim this down. So this piece is, forgot to measure it, I want to say my normal 5 by oh no, I cut it smaller. So this is 5 3/8, so it's 1/4 inch smaller than my normal. 5 3/8 by 3 and, well, it doesn't matter, it's going to be 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, because I've taken 1/4 inch off that length. So with this, I want it all to be the same. So it needs to end there. There is vague logic in what I'm doing, so that's where I need everything to finish. So I need to have just a small bit showing, and I need to cut it there. So let's do that. Where's my there? There. There's my there. Let me just mark that. That's where I'm going to cut it. So this is going to be, 3 1/16. I'm going to go 3 1/8 because 3 1/16 is just silly. So that is then going to come on here, and I want it to be even, as in I want black and black, or white and white, like that. So is that, so I need to come, I want that to be that size, so I do need to trim this a little bit more, because I don't want to trim this. So I'm going to take, I am going to take about 1/8 off, like that. Right, okay, don't need those bits. So this ultimately will be 3 5/8 wide. So 3 5/8. Putting it on the ruler, on the pencil, not a clever idea because the pencil rolls. 3 5/8, which is there. Right, so I just need that tiny weeny bit showing. So I can remember that. Let me grab my tear and tape. which I've hidden on my desk somewhere under the stamp set. So I'm going to have about 1/8 of an inch of silver showing. So the key to this is to get it not only straight, but so that the right amount of black shows top and bottom, unless I go white top and bottom. No, I'm going to go black top and bottom so that it's definitely meant. So if my stripy bit is straight and that is straight, then everything should be straight, and yet it's not. Okay, so that's not straight. Let's come down a bit. This isn't actually as fiddly as I'm managing to make it seem. That's better. Right, and then all I have to do is trim my ends off. And so long as I push my right hand blade against the edge of my white cardstock, I should get a straight cut. Famous last words. An almost straight cut. There we go. Now you could make the whole thing bigger and then trim it down, but why do that when it's so much easier to do that? You could do this instead. Right. So this is going to go there, and it's going to be on dimensionals. So this is going to be an expensive card to post because everything's going on dimensionals. Just saying, because the Jolly Jolly is going on dimensionals as well. Take your pick. Now, if you are on Instagram and you want more ideas for this stamp set, if you follow Stamping Through the Catalogue, you will see lots and lots of samples today, because that is the stamp set, or this is the stamp set they're featuring. Have a good day at work, Jan. So that's that. This is then going to go here with dimensionals. So as I say, this is for the UK is going to be an expensive card, and you know, sometimes they just have to be. So let's get rid of those. I'm going to come down because I've got the 'Tis the Season to Be to go on as well. Could go. I am actually going to go over the edge. Yes, I can. So then I've got 'Tis the Season to Be. Yep. And then I'm going to have a bow in Pool Party, which I have got ready, and then some sprinkles. So, 'Tis the Season to Be. I think I'm going to need minis for that. So, who went on World Card Making Day? Who joined the Stamping Up World Card Making Day event? I was sort of there, but I was doing other things at the same time. The replay is available, and you should be able to get that through the Stamping Up website. but it's only available until the 18th, so don't miss out. So, to be or not to be. I'm going to deliberately not line these up. Right, so I need a bow, and I'm using the... Oh, have I got any for this open? Yes, I have. I'm using the Sheer Pool Party ribbon, which is, whoops, in the annual catalogue. So just a double bunny ear bow. I'm not going to pull it too tight because I want it to be soft. And snip my ends, which I want to be reasonably long. Are they the same length? No, they're not. And this is going to go... I was thinking I was going to put it that way, but I might actually put it that way. At the top there, I think. I'm going to trim my ends a little bit shorter. Where on the website would World Card Making Day be? That is a very good question. Bear with me and I will see. Just going to trim my ends a little bit shorter. They are a bit long. Let's see. Good question. See, I thought it was going to be on the front page, and it's not. I tell you what, I will try and add a link to the event on my website for this post. I will find it and link it. I think you do have to register for it, and that might be what the problem is, because when I log on to the ordinary customer website, I'm not logged on. But I'll have a look, Leslie, and I will post the link on my website for this post, which I'm hoping to get done later today, but I do need to get a lot of posts out because we've got a postal strike on the 13th and I want to be ahead of the curve. But I will endeavour to do that. Right, these are the festive somethings. I can't remember what they're called. They are the festive pearls. Well, that's easy, isn't it? They are not Pool Party. They're actually real red, soft succulent, silver and gold. I am going to use the soft succulent as Pool Party. Yeah, the banner isn't there, Shaz. That's what I was hoping for. But on the actual website, as opposed to the demo site, there is no World Card Making Day banner. That's the problem. So I will add the link. So I'm just going to add a few of these around in a no particular order. Obviously they will be in groups of odd numbers because that makes me happy. So that's 5, just saying. And then we'll have a few down here. So that's 3. So we've got a group of 5 and a group of 3. But yeah, I think strangely, in fact, I might be able to link it from the demo site. So that is our first card. Let me see if I can find the World Card Making Day banner on our site. No, see, it's not on either site. Weird. Anyway, I will link it. So there we are. That is our first card. Thank you to Norel for the inspiration for that. Right, 1 down, 2 to go. So next up, let's go bright. Next up, we have a Jingle card, which is, again, we're going to be using Pool Party quite a lot. In fact, I need to take my jolly off and put my jolly on, my Jingle on. It's stamping through the catalogue. I think it's stamping through the catalogue, Peggy. I think it's stamping through the catalogue, and catalogue is spelt the American way. So, you know, wrong. So I need that, and I need that. And I've got the other bits ready, so I'm having my candy cane and in the world, no, in the magic. So it, oh, that shouldn't, that's not right, that's for the believe. That's believe in the magic, Jingle all the way. Okay, don't need that anymore. So let's pop that one on there. But yes, so Stamping Through the Catalogue is run by 3 girls who work for Stampin' Up, and they literally get people to share projects using a particular stamp set, 2 stamp sets each week. They do publish what they're going to be using month by month and week by week. So you can see what they're doing for the whole of October already, for example. Right, I am going to stamp this in. I'm going to go basic grey again. I'm not a great fan of black all the time. So, yeah. Should have prepped this. Didn't prep it. So, Jingle, hopefully, will stamp successfully. Yay! Because I didn't prep the stamp. I need my stamp cleaner. Where's my stamp cleaner? There it is. Because I need that for Jingle as well. Don't need that anymore. Jingle. Need to prep. This is prepping my stamp. It's just giving it a key because it's a new stamp. And Pool Party for that. Oh, I needed to keep my... Never mind. I'm thinking out loud, which I shouldn't do. Now, lining up an outline stamp with an inner, or an inner with an outline, always interesting. Don't look at the whole stamp, look at 2 ends, as in there and there, and hopefully, yay! So if you line up 2 points, the rest should fall into place. So that's our Jingle. Don't need Pool Party anymore at all today, well, this morning. I do need a little strip of paper for all the way. Which I should have prepped, didn't prep it. It'll be fine. All the way. And I also need a couple of real red candy canes. Now this has already been used a lot, so I don't need to prep it. Candy cane 1, candy cane 2. Don't think I need real red anymore, but I do want to clean that stamp because red stains, and the quicker you clean it, the less stained your stamp will be. Let's clean everything else while I'm at it. I do need to clean my cleaner. I had intended, like that was ever going to happen, to do it before I went away. But, you know, that was never going to happen. Okay, so for the jingle, I'm going to use from the Stylish Shapes. This, you will notice it is too short. So we're going to do a bit of fudging. So it's easy enough to extend, particularly something that is straight. So I'm going to line that up so that it is where I want it to be for the jingle bit, for the j. There we go. And pop my top, oops, tape time, bit of washi tape, low tack tape, in fact that's very low tack tape, it's been used a few times, so let's hold that in place, pop your top plate on and wind. And you obviously don't want to go all the way, so I'm going to stop there and come back. I say obviously, it may not be that obvious. It's obvious to me, but may not be to you. I know what I'm trying to achieve. Then gently pull off your tape. Post-it note is good. You want very low tack tape because you do not want to rip your card. So then I'm just going to get rid of those bits so I can see the wood for the trees. It means I can see what's going on here. That looks about right. So I'm lining up the back so that it's on that cut line. And then if I pop that down, stick it in place, and again go through. Again, I don't want to go all the way. I want to go far enough but not too far, so I haven't gone far enough. I need to go up to the N but not over the N. Because what you want to avoid doing is embossing this bit. That's better. That's betterer. Okay. Pop those bits in the bin. And we have a nice long jingle. Beautifully lined up, beautifully straight, perfect sizing. So, okay, these I'm going to have to fussy cut, but I'm not going to go mad on fussy cutting. They're fairly easy shapes. I'm not going to go in and out of all the little holes. I'm just going to go with a wave. And I will have to cut out the candy cane, but again, not too worried. They are fairly easy shapes. Did you see my simple stamping Saturday project with all the fussy cutting? I had such fun with that. Let's just get rid of that. If you didn't see it, you must go and have a look on my website. I fussy cut the gingerbread and sweets from the host paper, the Christmas host, I say Christmas, the Celebrate Everything host paper. Right, so that's those words. Let's do thank you. That's, yeah, it's really easy, Shaz. You just extend. You can extend, you can shrink. I will have to do a top tip on getting the most out of your dies. Sorry, I'm concentrating on fussy cutting, which is why my mouth has stopped working. This is because I said this is a really easy shape to cut out. That's one. Oh, Jennifer, that's wonderful. Yeah, okay. I love fussy cutting, as you know. I think I'm beginning to convert some people to it. I do know that some people just are never going to enjoy fussy cutting, and that's fine. We can't all enjoy the same thing. It's, you know, we're all individual, but it does just, it expands what you can do. But if you've got a daughter who enjoys fussy cutting, then that's good. It's another way of getting it done. It's almost like a die cut. Right. Okay, I think, don't hold me to this, I think we've got everything we need for this, pretty much. So I've got a real red background card, going short and fat. I'm using some of the paper from the Sweetest Christmas, which has real red, sweet sorbet, pool party and garden green in it. Now, there's been a lot of chat on one of the Facebook groups that I am part of about people struggling with seal and that it disentangles itself. I have to say I've never had a problem, so I think it might be people going backwards and forwards, but I don't know. Getting the most out of your punches would be very helpful too. I can do that. I can tell the weather by Liz's attire. And it's scarf weather in the US as well. Yes, it's a little chilly. I have a V-neck sweater on, and I do like my chest to be warm. So these are obviously smaller than normal. I will put the dimensions on my website. This is just going to go there on dimensionals. This is going to go flat. Few, they say. Don't have to watch her put too many more dimensionals on. So let's pop this down flat. Going to use the green glue, because I do like green glue for its slippage. Now, obviously, the dimensions will be a bit different in North America from the rest of the world. I will put both sets on my website, as per usual. This is going to have dimensionals. Sorry, there have to be some things with dimensionals on. I'm actually just going to go down the middle, I think. And before I attach that, I am going to add my all the way on with green glue. I'm just going to stick it to the die cut. So I'm just going to pop some tiny bead of glue along the top edge of my all the way. hold that in place for a moment. And again, because of the slippage, we do get to move it a little if it's out of the way. Perfect. Now, just for added security, I am going to add a dimensional that goes over the join. It's only for added security, for nothing more. So this is going to go on. Going to go about. Can't decide whether to go up or down. Let's go middle. I am going deliberately to the right, so that's jingle all the way. These I am going to stick together at a slight angle, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of the top one, just in the middle. Oops, bring it down so that it's obvious it's 2 canes but not too much. Yes, Leslie, good old Frank Sinatra. You gotta love the old crooner. Right, I can do a mini dimensional there and a mini, whoops, and a mini dimensional there. Be even better if I could get the backing off. There we go. Just snuggle that in a little bit like that. Although actually, change of mind. Come on, up you come. Go over the corner. Right, silver. No, the silver wasn't for that. Don't know why I got the silver out. Because I want white. Anyway, I got the white out too, but I got the silver out and I don't know why. Hey ho. You saw Frank Sinatra in Sydney in 1974. Wow. I would have loved to have seen him live. My husband used to have a... My husband was a great singer. He unfortunately has lost his singing voice and we don't know why. So I have the joys of putting up with the recorder instead, because he's now playing the recorder very well, I have to say, and not just that screechy one that we all learn at school, or certainly in the UK we all learnt at school. But he used to do a very good Frank Sinatra. Unfortunately, not anymore. So that's going to go there, and I think I'm just going to stick that with a glue dot. So I'm going to get this glue dot to be significantly smaller than it actually is. Don't forget to click like. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Lorna, that would be lovely. Yes, clicking like is always good. So I've kind of folded it in half. I'm going to ball it up a bit. And then this goes on the back of my bow. Ooh. And then I'm just going to tuck that in, kind of into that cut out bit. That can go down, that can come down. And then I've got, and I'm going to have to open another packet because I want the pool party, I've got the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Gems, which I'm just going to add just a few, and then we've got one more card and we will be done. We will go slightly over, but then I did blether a lot at the start. Aren't you pleased I actually prepped the cards? Because otherwise we would still be here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'll go big. Right, so that is that one. It will need a lining obviously. Oh, that's not terribly straight, but it's fine. So yes, that's that one. Right, last one. Let's bring in the next pile of bits. Find my thing, put my thing on my thing. Going to need those. Real red. Going to need believe. And right. Okay, so I've got grey granite. A grey granite card base. I then have very vanilla and grey granite, because grey granite is a soft grey, so I thought it would be nice to introduce a bit of vanilla for a change. Oh, it almost happened overnight. Don plays the trombone, but yes, Shaz. I mean, he used to be an amazing singer. He took leads in our amateur shows, and that's not to say they were amateur in the oh my god they're bad. They were amateur as in not professionally paid for type shows, and literally overnight he lost his singing voice. I never had a particularly good singing voice, but yeah, not great. So I've got, oh actually that ought to be grey granite really, shouldn't it? I've got grey granite and sweet sorbet for this one. Sweet sorbet is in the paper that I was using. So much as I did with the candy canes, I'm just going to add some stars. I don't need to worry too much about this middle area because that is going to be covered. Let's just turn that a bit so it's not, let's turn it a bit so it's exactly the same direction as it was before. But yeah, well, he's had cameras down his throat and goodness knows what, and we still don't know why he lost his singing voice. But sadly, he did. Right, so that's some of the grey granite done. Let's do the sweet sorbet. You used to have a lovely singing voice, but it's spoiled coming up. Oh, I think I understand. I mean, I have a reasonable singing voice, but I have a very limited repertoire. My voice is not pop. It was great for Gilbert and Sullivan, but not for. It's not an operatic. It's not a musical. It has a very small niche. Fortunately, as I got older, ooh, that's not good. That's better. Not great, but it'll do. As I got older, I managed to develop a comic acting skill, if skill is the right word. So I tended then to audition for comic roles that didn't necessarily have a lot of singing. But yeah, comedy I could do quite well. You need to spend a little bit more time doing this than I am. That's not well done, but you know, you get the idea. And obviously if you don't want to have to fit things in to a space, you can just not put the outline of the stars. Right, so that needs to be cleaned, and that needs to be clean. We've been to great minute. A good amateur musical production is really good. I know I'm kind of vaguely biased, but hey, I'm kind of vaguely biased. Right, okay, so believe. Can't decide whether I No, I think I do want the outline. And I didn't get it. Didn't I get it out? No, I didn't get it out. I'm going to do this the other way round just to see which is easier. So I'm going to do the Believe in Sweet Sorbet and see if it's easier to add the outline around it. And this I'm just going to cut pretty much straight. I will add the In the Magic. Got away with that falling over. Yeah, I was going to think about using the dies again, but I'm not going to. It'll take too long. Right, so that's Believe. I'm almost using every, that's not what I want. I'm almost using every stamp in the stamp set today. Hooray. So, and again, I'm lining up the B and the E and ignoring the bit in the middle. It's not great, but it's fine. I think I would do it the other way round as a rule. Right, In the Magic. Like that. Ironed. Let's trim that down. So we're getting really quite soft this time, just with that Sweet Sorbet pop. Let's take a bit off the top. I wonder if I can. I have something in mind. Let's see if I can get it to work. Oh, I think I can. So I'm going to partially fussy cut this, not those scissors, those scissors. So I've got In the Magic, and I've sliced through most of it, or under most of it, I should say, and then I'm just going to have the G fussy cut. And this is where a trimmer works but a guillotine wouldn't, because you need to be able to stop. So I've got that. It possibly won't show on the finished card, but that's not really the point. Right, okay, so let's very quickly pop all this together. Where's my card base gone? Oh, there it is. Buried. Right, okay, so we're only going slightly over. So yes, if you have enjoyed watching, whether you are on live or replay, a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you're on the replay, then do please leave any comments or questions below the description bar and I will get back to you. Yeah, I don't know why I don't get a problem with this tape. May just be me. Maybe I'm just lucky. But yeah, I have seen a number of people say they've had problems with it. Not me. So yes, do leave a comment if you wish below the description bar. If you're watching on replay, thumbs up is always good. Subscribing is always fun. Like that a lot. Then you'll get to see me when I go live. Thumbs up done. Thank you, Leslie. Again, I'm just going to pop dimensionals down the middle like this. And then I did bring out, I thought, oops. Oh, I did. Yes, I did, because they're there. So we'll have Believe in the Magic. There. This is going to go onto the card base. Then we've got some, I've got some twine to add and some embellishment. So that's that down. Twine. So we have vanilla and white apparently, and grey granite in the twine. So this is in the Essentials Basics Essentials pack. So I'm just going to take both and do them as one and just tie a bow. Like that. Chop the ends off. Grab my glue dots. Fold that in half again. Pop my bow on it. I've never had an issue with the tape. No, I haven't, Shaz. But there was one of the Facebook groups that I'm part of. There was a whole string of people. Well, someone started it off with I can't get this to work at all, and then other people chimed in with, oh, I've had a problem with one or whatever. But yeah. Not something I've ever had a problem with. I will be adding little dots of glue to the ends to keep them in their places, but I won't bore you with that now. What I am going to add are some grey. They may be basic grey, but I don't care. Some grey dots, because I can. Just to fill in some of the gaps, because there are a few gaps that I don't really like the look of. So I can just fill them in. Come on, there we go. No, I won't go on there. I'll just go up there. What's nice about these, which are the matte dots, is that they are in groups of 3. So you've got a large and 2 small in the rows, and I do like a large and 2 small, so that makes me very happy. Right, so we're done. Only 10 minutes over. So 1, 2, 3. Time for me to just dab my nose. There we go. So yes, all made with the now covered in stamps Jingle Jingle Jingle. So all very different feel, but hopefully a few ideas to get your creative juices going. These are obviously very much smaller than the actual stamp, so the picture is very much smaller. So I hope you have enjoyed that. Thank you, Shaz. Seem to remember you testing Seal and Seal Plus if you could get... I think you might be right. You might be right, Leslie. I might well have done that. It's the sort of thing I would do. So anyway, there you go. Some Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. As I say, remember to go and find Stamping Through the Catalogue on Instagram for more inspiration, which will be coming later today, I guess. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Nora. I have got to send out my customer thank you packs today. They will go today because the missing item is now here. And some new member packs. Yay! Welcome packs. Always like sending out a welcome pack. So yes, lots of stuff to do and to get in the post before the next postal strike. So fingers crossed. Thank you, Jan. Let me flip the camera back up so I can say goodbye properly. There we go. So thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Oh, thank you, Carol. Lots of hearts. Just realised that I pulled them down because they were slightly off the top of the camera, but I put the camera on my face so you wouldn't know that. I think it's time for me to go and have a lie down. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining me today. If you've enjoyed it, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Right-hand corner. It's the wrong way round on my screen, just saying. And I will be back again live on Thursday, 3 p.m. UK time. It's just gone midday here to give you an idea of that. So it will be 3 hours from now, but on Thursday. And then I'm now back to my usual routine. I will be doing some random lives over the next few weeks because I have got so many ideas in my brain. Nothing quite like a holiday to get your brain going. So I will be doing some random lives, so even more reason to subscribe and to hit the alert bell so that you get to hear when I go live. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now. Where's my end? There's my end. Bye for now.